Yeah, great. So, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Cohort 26. This is the 26th batch of GHG Accounting and Net Zero Bootcamp, which we run for 4 weeks to 5 weeks. First, congratulations. You have made a decision that is becoming increasingly important across sustainability, finance, operations, corporate strategy, you name it. And you can see many people come from different background. But let me set the tone right from the beginning. This is not going to be a 4 week course where you sit back, sleep over, watch somebody explain carbon accounting, download a certificate at the end of it, and add another badge to LinkedIn. Of course, all that will happen. But this program is designed in different way, and we are going to do something very different. Over next 4 weeks, our objective is to take you from understanding what GHG definitions are, accounting is, to actually being able to perform it. Okay? You will work with data. Most of the data is coming from the real world. You will work with Excel sheet. You will make mistake in this classroom. You will probably discover that Excel has more opinions about your formula than your manager does. That's the real finding. When systems start talking to you and you start understanding the system, so the mistake doesn't go to your bosses or to your client. Okay. And that's exactly how professionals' capability gets built. And I can see many of you have come with that attitude that I want to become professional. I don't want to become another theorist or research scholar. Of course, you can do a lot of research. Many people has given feedback as well, and I will show you few where they are doing the research, working with us, doing research. But you are here and you are entering into a professional transformation, not simply attending a training program, which you might have done several times in your career, and I have also done, but by working inside it. That's the difference. The only another difference is online rather than being offline. Now, before we go any further, yes, and we talk about the curricula, I want you to take you back in the history because what you are going to and you are learning today did not suddenly appear in some textbook or somebody research where Apple has fallen his head and then he realized, oh, something is wrong with the world. Yeah, and then Einstein came and changed that theory as well. So this theory or this practice which I'm talking about did not appear in one day. Actually, the carbon economy has been developing for decades. And there is a fascinating story behind it. How something that was once considered impractical became increasingly relevant to companies, investors, regulators, professionals like you and me. So let's go back where the history really began, right? Let's talk about that history, the origin of this carbon economy, the origin of carbon accounting, the origin of carbon measurement reporting and verification. And that is a capital of a country. Uh, do you know Kyoto, by the way? How many of you are aware about Kyoto? A very famous city, a very famous city in France. Not in France, right? Japan. Correct? Not in France, Japan. Kyoto was that city where everything started. All this debate, all this nonsense, which somebody might be thinking in their desk. However, thankfully, you don't think like that. Yeah, you know how important it is. Yeah, there is a people, and by the way, I'm not joking. There is a clear-cut people who thinks this is a hoax. How many of you are aware? Is a president of a country thinks carbon accounting and environmental science and climate change is a hoax created by some Chinese. How many of you are aware? Absolutely correct. Yeah, many of you are nodding to your head. And that's the reality. Yeah, many people think like that. He's not alone. Many people also think Earth is flat. How many of you have heard about it? If you have never heard Earth is flat, please Google it. You will find Thousands and thousand people joining that group and bandwagon where they believe Earth is flat. Some crazy Galileo said Earth is round. That's what they think. Okay. But thankfully, you are not from that crowd. Even though you are, I'm okay. Yeah. But I know if whoever sits in this session, he at least believe in scientific temperament. Yeah. Not necessary you should be engineer. Yes. Every second or third person in India, if he's a professional, he's an engineer. I am too, by the way. I'm an engineer and then I did my finance and then I came to sustainability. I'm not an environmental scientist. Yes. So you need not to be a scientist or an engineer to understand what happened in Kyoto in 1997 in December. Yes. Conference of Party was happening in Kyoto. What is this conference of party? We will be explaining you in detail going forward from next week. Yes, but this is one of those parties or congregation of leadership of many country who are part of United Nations come together. There is a chair called United Nations Framework for Climate Change Convention, right? UNFCCC. Yes, UNFCCC, you must have seen that. That chair organizes this conference of party every year since 1995. So the third one, the conference of party third one happened in Kyoto. And in 1997, in December, Kyoto Protocol was introduced as an idea that sounded like a ridiculous idea rather than very unusual for that time. And they said, what if pollution could have a price? That's what they said. Some of the economists sitting representing as a part of delegates from UNFCCC, they decided that let's put a price on pollution. A very radical idea. Today, you know it has a price, right? You pay through your lungs or through your kidney by selling for carbon credits. How many of you are aware? Yeah, $100 per ton. Per ton of carbon today trades in market $100. It goes up to $350. So you have to sell either for iPhone or for the carbon credit. Yes. So either you pay through your lungs or you pay through your kidney. I'm joking here, obviously. I don't want you to sell anything. This was the idea created in 1997. Instead of simply telling companies, you must reduce emission, the concept was to create an economic incentive around these emissions, which that point in time, world realized that this is the real problem, where companies are emitting those fossil fuel based greenhouse gases, which is trapping the heat and warming our planet Earth. That time, the warming was the word. In 2023, that word has changed from warming to boiling. How many of you are aware about Antonio Guterres? Say yes in chat box or raise your hand if you have ever heard about Antonio Guterres. How many of you? Yeah. At least one or two I can see is sending in the chat box. I have opened chat box for everyone. You can put it in the common discussion box as well. Antonio Guterres is current chairman or president of United Nations, right? That's the body. He is the one. He 2023 July he said the planet is no longer warming. It's boiling. It's boiling. That's what they said. Alakas ji. Yeah. Antonio Guterres is the president of he's the secretary, United Nations secretary, right? They don't have president, they don't have chairman, they have secretary. So he's the secretary. Clear? He said that planet is no longer warming. When in 1997 it was warming, so they decided let's put an incentive with a crazy idea called putting a price on pollution. That's exactly what Kyoto Protocol is all about. Carbon could become miserable if I put an incentive on it. Today, that's the reality. Let me tell you that. But they thought at that point in time, putting price to the carbon, carbon will become measurable, and eventually carbon could become tradable, Lalakesh ji. That requires something very important. If you want to make any good to become tradable, You have to put a price. You cannot put a price what you can't measure. You have to measure as well. Remember, what you cannot measure, you cannot manage. You cannot put a price on it. Remember this word and underline this. If you are making notes, I can say many of you are making. Write this sentence because I will be using throughout our session. This will be the game changer sentence itself. What you can't measure, you can't manage, and hence you can't put a price. And that's how this connection gets generated. And I want you to remember throughout this program this connection. GHG accounting, greenhouse gas accounting, which I will be defining in detail in next class, that what exactly it means, where they come from, what you should be interested in, where these greenhouse gases exactly come from, which all activity, in which all format, because then only you can do a real calculation, find those gaps in the data. So next class, but today I'm just telling you one line. GHG accounting is not merely calculating tons of carbon dioxide equivalent released in atmosphere. It is actually a measurement infrastructure, not measurement of. It's a measurement infrastructure behind increasingly important business decisions today. So any business decision which is happening has to consider this mechanics. Last line for you guys, if you are making notes. Before carbon can become a financial or a strategic variable, you convert into money, right? Or honey, somebody has to measure it properly and accurately so that money, when you put a money, people can trust because money is all about trust. Today, world works with the trust, right? You trust your bank will keep money safe. You trust that bank will return you money when you require. You trust this note which is floated, right? Governors who signs there and put I owe you this money, right? That's what he writes there on that 500 rupees note with Gandhiji. Gandhiji has no value. That signature has a value. Clear? Means on that note, I'm saying. Of course, Gandhiji has much more value. But I'm saying on the note, governor's signature is important. And that is again trust. So how trust gets built is what we need to learn throughout next 4 weeks in carbon accounting sector, and that comes from nuances, that comes from vetting the data, that comes from whatever you calculate becomes a line which cannot be challenged. Clear? So in 1997, a scariest idea of making this, and this is the Kyoto Protocol, copy. I'm just citing you a crux of it. Yes, 192 countries signed this particular, document, and they agreed that okay, some crazy people are saying that they will put a price on carbon, but many people in 192 countries believed in their heart it is not going to work out. And trust me, they were right. Who said this will not work out, they were also right. We know today it is a reality, but that point in time, out of 192 countries, many people went against it. Still signed, but went against it. They thought it is a crazy idea, it will never work. They were right as well. And let me take you to that fourth slide. Yes, where the building started. Quiet building, I always say. For many years, carbon economy developed relatively quietly. Nobody even knew that. When they came to know about it, it failed miserably. The European Union ETS system was built or launched in 2005 based on this concept. So from 2005 to 2015 or 2020, you must say, carbon market expanded heavily. In 2015, Paris Agreement came and further enhanced this. Companies started making climate commitments after Paris Agreement, you should remember. But for many professionals, this still felt like something happening somewhere else, perhaps inside the sustainability department itself. Perhaps in Europe, people were not even aware about. And here comes one of the very interesting homework for you guys. Okay, there will be reading material, but I'm just giving you some homework. So there will be some homework every session. Remember that. There will be some homework. And this is the homework which I want you guys to do research on. And the name is very interesting. It's called hot air scandal. The name here is hot air scandal. That happened exactly same time when European Union they launched ETS system. That's why it went into silent build mode. Incognito mode, we say, right? So EU ETS system, emission trading system, went into silence because of this scandal, which happens exactly at the same time when European Union launched this product. Clear? That's your homework. Please do a research about hot air scandal. In next session, of course, I will talk about it much more. But that scandal disturbed the process. Hence, UETS system went into incognito mode. Yes, perhaps in policy circle, people talked about it. That perception has changed dramatically. The infrastructure has been built over the year. Very few people knew about it. And now we are entering into the phase after 2020 where companies are increasingly need professional who can understand this, understand the number behind this commitment of Paris Agreement. Remember this word and write it down if you want. The opportunity did not appear overnight. It took years to build this market. The source that is, please understand the quiet build which happened between 2005 and 2020 highlighted that European ETS system and Agreement together has, if that was not there, today we might not have seen the market which we are seeing today, where you can trade at $100 something which is completely invisible. And let me give you an example of what is invisible here. The name I will be using alternatively for carbon dioxide is invisible devil. Why I'm using that name? Very simple. You can see your screen. If you're joining from laptop, of course, you can see a 9020 by 1080 pixel, right? Which adds up to 1000, 1500K screen, right? 2000 is K screen if you have Apple or etc. 4000 is K screen. You must have heard all these words, right? 4K, 2K, TV are nowadays 4K, 8K. Yes. So if you look at your screen, just imagine four white dots on your screen. Complete black screen, four white dots. Can you even see those white dots? Out of 4000 different pixelates, can you observe those four? That that is what carbon dioxide in atmosphere is. 0.04, 0.4%. That's the number of carbon dioxide in atmosphere. Yeah, and that is why there is a famous, clip which circled in sustainability, circle, and it was very famous clip. Why? Because in US, Senate will put you in, in front of them and start asking you question. At that point in time in 2023, 24, they called environmental, head of environmental, department, EPA department. The lady was sitting there and this senator was asking her a question that you are telling us, and this was before Trump got elected, okay? This was Biden era. And they were asking her that you are telling us that carbon dioxide is too much of problem. Do you know how much carbon dioxide is in atmosphere? And that lady was totally toppled. And that is the clip, very famous clip. You can search and find right now. It's not in circulation, but you can always find that clip, video, which was very famous and circulated too much time. They asked her and she got confused, literally, that can somebody even ask that why carbon dioxide is important? And this senator was having so much of guts, he was asking. And she could not respond. She has to ask her colleague there, hey, exactly how much it is. You know why that question came in the first place? Because of this 0.4%. And he explained later on. Senate said, do you know it is only 0.4%? Which you don't know. Actually, he said that. It's 0.4% and you are crying about it. And that's a right question. Anybody know the answer? Why 0.4%, which is carbon dioxide, which is there in the atmosphere, why it is so important? Why is we should even care about it? This is exact senator question that she was not able to answer at that point in time. What do you know about it? Why it is important? Guys, you can see your screen, four white dots, which is not even visible. Why I should care about it? The answer is very simple one. The answer is this 0.4% is as lethal, means it is as bad that you can't even imagine. It can kill people if you take it in too much of quantity. Smoke is one of those examples. Delhi smoke, have you heard about it? Today, pollution is killing 7 million people. 7 million. More than any, more than your COVID even. It is killing it every year. Nobody is talking about. And that is coming from that small piece of carbon dioxide. If you take too much, you are done. And just imagine that is the baseline. There are other gases which are thousand times more lethal than the carbon dioxide. That's why you convert everything into carbon dioxide. So we have to consider those gases which are even fraction of carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide in greenhouse gases, if you take, you remember, right? How many total number of greenhouse gases are there in atmosphere? Total number of greenhouse combination. This was a trick question of the, yeah, total number. Yes. Few people know it. They are writing yes, absolutely, Zebin. Yes, Zebin says 164. That is the number. We will be now going and researching about it. That will be your homework in next week. Okay. We'll be doing that research. We'll be using it for our benefit. In free session, we just talked about it. You will be using 164 gases. Okay. Seven key gases gets reported, which gets all of them gets converted into carbon dioxide. Now, point here is out of this 164, you might be observing many of those are as bad as 1,000 times of the carbon dioxide. One gas, which is SF6, sulfur hexafluoride, you know how bad it is? It is as lethal as 21,600 times of carbon dioxide. GWP of SF6 is 21,600. Can you imagine? And that is hardly 0.2% of the total greenhouse gases because 72% of the greenhouse gases comes from carbon dioxide itself. And that is where we are talking about this build, where quite build has happened. People were doing scandals. Still, people who trusted this mechanism didn't leave it. They keep on working. That white build happened in European Union and ETS system was developed. You know what is the market? In 2023, this market has reached to $850 billion at end of it. $850 billion. That's the number today. Very few people are talking about it. It is crossing $1 trillion. Only the carbon credit market. We are talking about carbon credit market, which is $1 trillion today. Now we have arrived to the era at the part which matters most for you. Why? Because you want to go into that sector, that segment where there is a flourishing job market, right? So this is the one slide which matters to you professionally most. And trust me, we in 2026, October, we are at an inflection point. We are in August. In October, you will see there will be massive change happening even in India. Carbon data is increasingly connected to reporting today. Reporting, regulation, supply chain, international trade, CBAM you must have heard, investor expectation, PCAF you must have heard, or United Nations PRI, Principle for Responsible Investing. So investor expectation is also huge. And corporate net zero commitment, where I have shown already 9,000 plus companies have committed for it. Think about what that means. A company cannot credibly say today we have a net zero strategy if they can't measure how much carbon dioxide they are emitting accurately. If nobody can explain what are scope 1 emissions, what are our scope 2 emission, what is the material within a scope 3 material emissions or category under scope 3, where did the activity data came from, which emission factor was applied, and can somebody review and reproduce the calculation? Do you think they can claim that they are following any strategy for reaching net zero? This is why today carbon accounting is becoming professional capability rather than simply a ESG or a vague topic. The source, remember, here is around CBAM. The discussion will be around CBAM, BRSR, climate disclosure development, CSRD, net zero commitment, where the focus on carbon accounting is. Last line for you to note is future of net zero starts with the quality of underlying data. So you have to understand how to build that data at the first place, right? How to create that data. And that is professional opportunity for you. Many of you said today, I want to transition myself. It is not going to be easy journey. Let me tell you very simple. It's not a easy journey. It will require your dedication, your willpower to fight with me. I can show you the path. I can walk with you on the path, but that crossing of river you have to do. I can't cross for you. So now let's bring down from the global level to your career level. The role of sustainability professionals are changing. Earlier, ESG could sometimes be treated as primarily as communication, marketing department is working, right? Reporting, corporate positioning, muscle wrenching. This is the words people used in past, even in 23, 24. And I will give you a case study of Adidas. This is a second homework for you guys. Okay, little bit of research on Adidas, penalties. Last 3 year, last 2 year, actually 23, no, 24 and 25. They have been penalized thrice by three different jurisdictions. Two time in France itself, one time in UK. Same problem. Why? Because their marketing department lady was heading that department, which is called sustainability. Now you can understand what I'm talking about. The word called greenwashing. That's what they have been penalized for. Thrice. Amount is small, but reputation dent is huge. When you are fighting neck to neck, right, with Nike, you know Nike and Adidas, right? These are the two sneaker shoes makers today, right? A sneaker is the fad or fashion of the day. Yes, both of them are competing to each other. And the mistake was they said that my shoe is green. I even bought that shoe. Yeah. And then later realized that the word green was the only green. And the color of the shoe was green. That's it. Rest of it was all black, specifically the sole. Right? The sole was recycled. Everything was nothing was recycled in that shoe. They have been penalized thrice. So please understand today the expectation from you people who are going to do this accounting, monitor this activity, get it reported correctly, right? Get it verified is completely different. Companies need people who can work with data, who can work with data, people who can understand methodology, people who can defend assumptions, not just learn them, defend them. People who can calculate emissions, people who can translate the technical finding, which we will learn from GHG protocol or ISO 14064. So you don't think that those skills will be going anywhere. We'll be using, even you will be doing some, part of our discussion, Prasad, when we will come to ISO comparison or tear down with GHG. We'll have a debate there. Okay, you and me will be debating. And we will be learning with those standards, translating those technical finding into business decision. Here, you remember when I told our Alkesh Mehtaji, who said that what I'm doing, I don't know in this group. Such kind of people who have taken in their life critical decision, we will be talking to them. We'll making sure that they put the input there where the learning becomes the real decision making power. Because experience is also very important. Zebin, there are some young people also with us. So for them, I am saying, because the decision making comes with you getting into rigor, facing those problems heads on. Who has not seen the sandstorm, Divya, how they will even understand what exactly it is? Yeah, they will think it is a smoke. They will think it is just a, sand dune. They will not even imagine if you are not there in Dubai. Yeah, where when it comes, whole building gets dusted and covered in, and you feel really suffocated. If you are a claustrophobic, you will find it not sustainable. And people in Dubai lives with the camel and they survive. They do, right? Many of them in desert, they live with the camel. They will just hug the camel and they will survive. But many people like us feel really claustrophobic in such situations. So you have to learn from those experienced people. And there, I will not be the delivery person. These people who have already faced that situation, I will be inviting them to speak with me, debate with me, discuss with me, put input on that lab, which will be happening where you will be part of that group. Okay, so we will be dividing that group next week when we will be doing first session. We'll divide at the end two groups, which will be permanent group for 4 weeks. We'll be working in that group, and everybody will have their responsibility to contribute. So please understand, ask yourself where you currently sit on this journey, and there will be a 50-question self test will be sent to you somewhere on Wednesday. Okay, just after before Independence Day. So you can sit and evaluate yourself where you stand and just put it honestly. Few of you have know a lot of stuff like Prasad, Divya, etc. If you know a lot of stuff, be honest about it. Okay, I'm here. And then when we will start our journey, you will know where you stand and where you want to achieve, right? That journey has to be measured. Clear? Are you comfortable discussing sustainability, or you are actually executing technical work behind it? That is that questionnaire which I will be sending you. 50 questions just to test where you are. Clear? Now, one thing which I want to make sure, and that is the knowing what is the real truth. Now, I want to be very honest with you. 4 week will not make you 10 years sustainability expert. Trust me, it's not going to happen. And there are few people who are working in this industry for 10 years. There are few of them who are working 30 years. Yeah. They were the environmental scientists. They were working with GRI. In Terry in India was very famous institute till the time one person, I will talking about that person, was heading from our India, was heading international body, scientific climate science body. At that time, Terry, which is an institute in India, is a government institute, was leading the sustainability from front. And then that person has been put into Me Too movement and he died as well, right? And I believe that was a controversy. And now we are far behind even China. We are far behind in sustainability. Okay, I still believe we are much further from US who says it's a hoax, but we are far behind many nations today. Yes. So there are few people who might be there in working in Terry and all, and I do not claim to fame that whether they are right or wrong. Yeah. But my point here is limited point is this 4 week will not give you 10 years of experience, 20 years of experience. What it will give you is give you a parallel ground where you can become an experienced person working 12 projects, working on 12 projects. And everyone who is promising this kind of stuff that you will become expert probably also has a bridge to sell you. I don't. 4 week means 4 week. What 4 week can do is give you a structure foundation, professional tool, a temperament of practical experience, right? Where you will do work on the real life situations and a confidence to continue building your stages. You have to work hard. I cannot do that. And many people, I know will join this program and could not attend it because life happens to them. There will be many people, and I'm okay with that. But when you are coming in the session, please come ready for the session. What it means? It means that I need only 10 to 15 hours a week. That's it. But you need to put additional 10 hours. Every day, minimum 1 hour is required for your self study. If you are unable to do that, this program will not make any changes in your career. And I'm very straightforward, and I have seen out of 7,200 people, 500 people I might have trained in 26 different cohorts like you, right? And you are now part of GHG. If you are not yet, please go ahead and join that group, GHG Specialist Group, GHG and GRI Specialist Group. And out of 500, 50 has made the real change in their career. Only 50. So what is the ratio? 10%. What is the overall ratio? Hardly 1%. Okay. So you have to be 1%, and that I can't do for you. What I can do is I can give you enough opportunity to pick up. I will give you some gap session. I will give you some spaces. So life happens with you. Please catch up. If you don't, what do you mean by that? If you could not attend session, you inform my team, we send you the recording, just watch it. 2x, no problem. But watch it. Then come to the next session. What happens is the other 15 people, 20 people do not get disturbed because you could not attend the last session. Are you with me? So this honesty is towards all of us. Okay. Second thing which is expected from this program is that please treat yourself as a trainer. I'm not going to I'm not going to train everyone. Please understand. And this program is designed, and you will see over a period of time when I will ask you to do the presentation, when I will ask you to do calculation, you are the one who are going to take that position where you are contributing your mindset and other people will learn from it. Trust me, each of you are equally important in these sessions. And you will automatically become, you will take a role. Trust me, you will. I have seen 26 session and I know who will become what. Now seeing you in the first class itself. But let the time tell you who will become what in that group. We will provide you the roadmap. That's my commitment. We will take you on that road, but walking you have to do. If you can do it, put yes in chat box or say yes. This is just a manifestation for your own self. This is how transformation starts. You saying yes,
Yes,
anything.
sir.
Yeah. Just say that. Just say that, write it, whatever way you are comfortable. Just trust me, sometime universe work in your favor when you ask from the universe. मुझे तो ये I always say this. If you don't ask mother to give you the milk, without baby crying, any mother feeds the baby. Absolutely not. In today world, it's much rarer as well. Yeah. So even so, when mother, who is bigger than God, actually, yeah, how you think universe will help you without you asking to the universe? And see, I can see everyone hands down had said yes. So you are telling yourself, okay, this pledge is for you only. I will give you all the support required. My numbers are there in the group. You can call me anytime you need. We will be having one-to-one session as well. For each of you, there is a special bonus session we have already provided. You can book that slot, sit with me, and make that career transformation if you want to. And it doesn't matter. You like Mehtaji. He has reached to his career, but he might be looking for some kind of collaborations. Why not? I can see he can collaborate with any ESG guy today. Every ESG mechanics, and this Prasad must be knowing, requires ISO standard to verify it. Yes or not? Yes or no, Prasad? You have to take an ISO 14064. You know from first hand. For verification, you need to go to ISO. Be it OHAS, any ESG today, any ESG factor you take, it requires a verification from the. Okay, you are getting little. No, we will be closing very closing soon. It's a last couple of slides. I just want to show you, one more thing, and of course, this transformation is what we are aiming for. Looks like this. Let me show you that as well. Yeah. This is the transformation. We will start with foundation. We'll make sure that everybody has the strong scientific temperament. And trust me, when I say scientific, I do not want to make you scientist. I just want to have that temperament. Okay. Even though, I did my last 22 years of finance only, but still, I believe if I was not engineer, I might not have done good finance in my career because I learned finance by practice. And now by sustainability by practice, I would not have become a better scientist, better sustainability officer if I didn't had that temperament. And that is what I am wanting you to have. Okay. So 20, if after 16 year I can shift to sustainability, you can definitely do. Many of you have already some kind of exposure. I can see that. Except Alakesh Mehta ji, all of you have that exposure. He also have it over a period. He will tell you that, oh, I didn't know this I can do. You will hear in this group, and I'm making this commitment to you all. He himself will come in this group. He said that I didn't know this. Here I can use my skills. Yes, clear everyone? GHG protocol, ISO boundary, climate science reporting context. This is what we are going to learn in week one, including NDCs, conference of parties, all these terminology you might have heard. You never try to understand it in deeper because you have nothing to do with it. We'll make sure that you understand that at least. Yeah. Second week, we will build the calculation capability where we will start with activity data, emission factor, scope 1 discussion, scope 2 discussion, and brief of scope 3. Quality assurance, quality check, all that will happen in week 2. Week 3, of course, we will go and move into accounting strategy. And let me introduce your syllabus itself here directly rather than, uh, you know, uh, showing you some vague slide. Let me show you your schedule. I believe everybody has it. Few people who joined yesterday, you will be receiving it as well very soon. Don't worry. Let me minimize it. I can't. Okay. Put the screen. Stop. Can you see the screen now? Yeah. I hope this sheet everybody has, right? So this is your build of 215. Of course, this is self-paced. I'll be sending you some material. I hope everybody has received the bonus material. Of course, if you have made the full payment, it has been activated as well. If not, please make the payment and get it activated. There are some recorded videos as well. So if you have no foundation, this is some international program recorded videos, okay, which we have borrowed, begged, or way we have aggregated. There are too many things which we have aggregated and given to you. That is what you have to go and refer. So before we start our first session, which is happening on Monday, 17th, I want you to have that part done, right? So there is some pre-read material which we'll be sending you. Please read those. This part I will be revising. This pre-pack material I will be revising as well. Okay. In 1.1, I will make sure that I'm not leaving everybody on their own learning. We will be learning in the class as well, where I will be asking you a question about climate, how the climate is different from weather, what is this, pollution, why pollution people care about, where the greenhouse gases comes from, what is this Paris Agreement, what is Kyoto, at least brief. We will do it in on 17th. Going forward, you can see GHG Protocol Fundamental, GWP Understanding, National and International GHG Program, Tesla case study will be learning. So there is a national, greenhouse gas reporting programs as well. We will be learning about those. And then we will go to international one, which is ISO standard and GHG protocol. These two will be learning, and that will be happening in week one. Week two, if you see, we are starting with calculation methodology, scope one, scope two, and briefly scope three. Of course, there will be some labs in between, and then we will go into scope 3 calculation as well. We will give you activity. You will perform on the live data, one activity on the scope 3 itself. Once that is finished, then in the, we will go into SBTI module. We will try to learn what SPDI recommends about net zero, how this strategy gets built. Tomorrow, if somebody asks you, build my net zero target, net zero strategy, how will you do that? We'll learn from that basic to the advanced level, means SBTI level. Sector based decarbonization pathway, we will cover at least 5 different sector here. I didn't tell you, but we will be covering 5 different sectors. At least I will give you nuggets how to approach them. There are 3 different methods, including SBTI method. There are 3 other methods which I will be introducing to you for net zero. Once all that is done, then the last week is all about audit readiness, verification, requirement process understanding. We'll also do a mock auditor session for you where you will prepare a complete end-to-end calculation, and we will do a review of the same. So give you the feedback. And then at the last, you have a bonus program as well, which is carbon market, carbon credit, life cycle assessment. There will be introduction to those will be also provided. This is how we have developed this program. You will be at the end, you will be preparing end to end one carbon accounting, net zero target, and talking to carbon credit markets. That's you will be doing in the classroom, and in front of 15 people who will be giving you the feedback. What else you need? This is how the full program is landed. Is it clear, everyone? If it is clear, put clear or unmute yourself. In our this classes, you can always unmute and let me know. Now,
Yes, sir.
okay, let me now show you the bonuses which we have given to you. Okay, so there is a bonus as well which we have provided. So I will show you that why that is important, and you cannot miss any of those, and at least start referring them in next coming week. Okay, I need another 5 minutes. I can see few people had their previous obligation, so they are leaving. So give me another 5 minutes. That's it, and we will be closing that. Can you see my screen again? Yeah, sorry. Again, share it. These are the bonus material, which are most important material, I must say. Why? Because this will help you to help yourself, obviously. Yes, I don't know. Can't see it. Can you see it now? Yeah. Somebody's live accessing it. Prasad, I believe, is doing. Pradeep is doing it. Okay. So, guys, these are the bonus material which has been provided. Once you complete your payment, of course, you have access to everything. We are giving you this 25 tools and templates. Here, if you will see, there are videos also available. 15 different video. Most of them might not be working, but three, four of them are definitely working. Those video I want you to watch. If you don't have any foundation, you can open this free learning resource. You can go to these website. Some of them are free, some of them are paid. We have used them for your development purposes. Okay. So you can use them, check them. If you want, you can learn directly from them. These are the some of the program which are free. Some of them are paid. But if you have no exposure, then I recommend you to going there. These are 15 different booklets. I don't want you to be expert in all these 15 or 25 documents. It's overwhelming. I can tell you upfront. But just open and check what is provided to you. Can you do that in 1 week time? At least that much. Open and check what is provided to you. At least you know what has been given you as a gift. Is it okay? Can I ask you that much? At least see all these 25 documents. Yeah, just open and check it. Few of them might not be working as I'm telling you. So check which one is working, which one is not. Put yes in chat box if you can check this part. Most important part in next 1 week. Yes or clear in chat box, please. Yeah, Pradeep says yes. Divya says yes. Yeah. Second is two booklets are provided. One is, official guidebook. Of course, official guidebook is also provided to you. And apart from that, there is a checklist provided. These two documents are also very important. Just get yourself accustomed with it. I'm not saying you should even read it, but know what exactly there. Read the first two, 3 pages. That's it. What are there will be explained in first two, 3 pages. Check that. There is a handbook which is 4,000 rupees worth document. Okay. Because there was no DRM, I'm sharing with you. But it is a book which you should buy from the source directly. Okay. This is a little old book, but it has a concept derived very clearly. Search this book, you will find it for 4,000 on Amazon. 4,000 rupees. So I'm not sharing this. You are not having it. But if you want, you can use it. Then there is a 250 questions based for your interview. Okay, for your interview, very clear documented document is there. Of course, it can be improvised further, but I think this will help you any field you are going to. Okay, it helps you to prepare your interview. So anyone who is looking for interview, you have a great resource here. This live two session, of course, you have joined the chat WhatsApp group. If not, please go ahead and join those WhatsApp group. They are very important. These are two different WhatsApp groups which you have to join. One is Cohort 26, another is the specialist group where a lot of professionals are there. So if you have any question, you are struggling in your jobs with some concept, you can go and ask. You will find such smart people and research oriented people. They will answer any kind of question. So I will be also answering, but many of the time your colleague will be answering there who are there for a long time. Yes, one-to-one career session, you can book it in next 4 week anytime. My team member, you can also call and tell him that I want to book a slot and he will book it for you and send it to you. Then this is the first guidebook we will be using in after 17th. So after 17th, this guidebook will be your uh, go-to document. So article number 7, trust me, this will be used again and again. Okay. So I will be even giving you a task on it because we work with the book only. Then, of course, there is a template which we have provided. This is the authentic template by GHG Protocol. We'll be using it for reporting purposes. Last but not least, this is for people who want to even start building their GRI and BRSR template. So we have provided that as well. Then there is a reading library and bonus showcase is there. So reading library is exact stuff. This is summary. Whatever is there, summary is in bonus showcase. This week by week, you will be getting this work to be read. I want you to read at least one or two articles, right, directly from the source, like Ethiopian volcano, and I will be using it throughout our discussion. These all, whatever is mentioned here, will be used. So if you have read it or not read it, doesn't matter. You have to read it when we will go to the program. Is this clear, everyone? Anything you want and you are confused with in the bonus vault, let me know now. Anything, any of the item. And of course, people who have not received, you will be receiving it soon. Don't worry about it before next week for sure. Is it clear? Yeah. If you don't have access, you can always ping Sandeep and he will give you the access. Clear? Ask. And you have to click there and ask. If you have yet not received certain accesses or certain material, you can just click and ask. Within 24 hours, somebody will activate for you. You have two numbers. One is mine, direct. You have Sandeep. You can anytime you can ping it up. Of course, little off hours after 9, after 10. I don't know if somebody will be able to respond, but definitely within 12 hours, you will even get the response. Even in those cases. Normally, you will get immediate responses. Anything else you need from my side, let me know. Otherwise, we will close the session and meet you on 17th, 7 p.m. sharp. There will be a link shared, which will be permanent link for next 4 weeks going forward. So anybody, any question? Are you okay? Are you happy? Most of you have closed your camera again. Okay. Yes, it will start full time on 17th. You have
So
to
do
reading.
this community,
Yes.
after this session also, do we have this community on?
Yes,
Uh,
yes. This community is permanent community. That's why I say
Community.
you
So
will
whenever
make
we have some, you will be here as our mentor.
100%. We will be there. And that is why I added you in one more group where 400 plus people are there already and 140 people are waiting there. We don't have a space to accommodate. So that group access is also you will be having. So don't worry. This is the relationship which you are making with your friends here for lifetime as well as to a group which will be there. As long as you want. You want to get out too many noise, too many discussions, you can always get out and come back again. No worries. Any other question, anyone? Yes, Divya, you have question?
And I missed one.
Tell
That
me.
first assignment was there. No, so could you spell that? I
So
couldn't get.
yeah, it's called yeah, it is difficult, but you have to find it out. It's called hot air scandal.
Hot air.
Yeah, scandal of 2020, 2005. Yeah, it was there for 2005 to 2010. Very
Mhm.
interesting scandal. We will be talking about it in the next session. You will be knowing by then, I know for sure, but still I will be talking about it.
And sorry, sir. One
Yes,
last
Darshan.
question I have.
Yes, Darshan,
Uh,
please go ahead.
you mentioned a sentence saying the future of net zero underlies, and then I lost the audio, so I wasn't able to
Come again.
hear that.
Future of net zero?
Underlies, and then what was the next words?
That I don't know. Exactly where I have said, if you can tell me, I will tell you back.
Uh,
Otherwise, anyway, recording will be provided. You can watch it again.
okay. Yeah, I
I
have
don't
to do
remember
that.
what I said. Net future of net zero. What? Anybody remembers?
The
I
fu-
don't remember because I have spoken so
yeah,
many hard lines.
yeah.
Correct.
No worries. I'll look into the recording. It's fine.
Yeah, you can record. You can look into
Yeah. Thank you so much.
because in the flow, what I'm saying means, of course, I can recall, but I have to need to have the context.
Yeah.
Anything else? Any other question? Anyone? Great. Great to meet you all. Thank you very much. Yeah, from core of my heart, looking forward to you getting you interact with other team members and add value to their life as well. That's what is expected from this program, that you become more humble and help others. Yeah, that is what is expected. And I know all of you will do that going forward. Till then, see you on 17th. Take care. 7 p.m. sharp. We always start on time. We will give 5 minutes here and there, but try to come on time. Take care. Bye bye and see you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you all.
Thank you. Bye. Thanks.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Good night. Take care. Bye bye. Good night.